Yo, I find it so interesting that in Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, as he is closing up his sermon, he gives these opposites, right? Like he says the narrow road that leads to life and the wide road that leads to destruction. He talks about a good tree is known by its fruit, and a bad tree is known by bad fruit. And then he says about building a house on a rock versus building it on sand. So he gives these opposites, right? But the one I want to focus on is this. After he says, narrow is the way that leads to life, and broad is the way that leads to destruction, or wide is the way, he says this about people. He says, be on your guard against false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravaging wolves. Man, I find that so interesting that Jesus, in all his wisdom, after telling his disciples and those that are hearing him that narrow is the way that leads to life and wide is the way that leads to destruction, that he then begins to describe the type of people that'll lead you not down that narrow road to life, but will lead you down that wide road to destruction. Be careful who we follow, family. We will know them by their fruits.